YouTube, it's your boy Patty, get it done, helping you get your money right, $1 at a time. Today I'm going to be talking about all the steps that go into buying a house. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright, assuming you guys know you're ready, you guys know how big of a commitment this is, you ran your numbers through an affordability calculator, you know how much you can afford, and you know all the costs that are going to be coming. The first thing you're going to want to do is go reach out to a loan officer and figure out what type of loan you're going to get. They'll probably be able to help you with that. I got an FHA loan. I know that conventional loans are most common, and if you're a first-time home buyer, your state may have some first-time home buyer loans and assistance. I know in my state, Massachusetts, they had the mass housing loans, and they also have down payment assistance for those who qualify. So you're going to go to your loan officer and you're going to get your pre-qualification letter, because no seller will even take you seriously unless you have that, alright? After you got your pre-qualification letter, you know what type of loan you're going to use and all of that. Now you can start shopping around a little bit. When I started shopping myself, I would go on Zillow and I would reach out to view properties, and you're probably going to get a whole bunch of agents that are reaching out to you trying to get a commission on the sale. So I'd be pretty strict on who you choose for an agent. There's going to be tons of them out there. I just recommend going with someone who has a little bit more experience. I went with a lady named Susie. She was probably in her 60s. She had tons of experience, and that's why I chose her. And she actually found me a deal that wasn't listed on Zillow. It was not listed yet on the MLS. She knew the seller personally, so that worked out well for me actually. Once you start looking around a little bit, you're going to get a good feel for what you're going to want and what you don't necessarily want. But some recommendations I would make for first-time homeowners or home buyers is try to go with a turnkey property, which just basically means you're ready to move in. It doesn't need any work done. And houses that are built before 1970s, I forget what the specific year is, but like it's in the 70s. Those houses will not have any lead in them, all right? So that's one of the two key things I was looking for. It's just a newer property and one that didn't need any repairs, because I'm a new homeowner and I just didn't want to have to deal with any of that, because I know it can be pretty costly trying to fix things up, and it's just a big pain in the butt, you know. So just those two things I'd definitely recommend when looking out for places. I was also, a must for me was a dishwasher, and I wanted a finished basement too that I could rent out. So I know having my street be on a dead end was also a big plus, because I have cats and I was considering letting them outside. I never ended up doing that, but those are some things I was looking for when I was moving. Once you found a property you like, you're going to want to talk with your agent and have them make an offer for you. They're gonna give you some advice on how much you should offer them. I know my agent helped me come up with a good number that she thought would get accepted, and she's gonna take your pre-qualification letter and your offer, and she's gonna write it all up for you and send it in, and hopefully you get accepted. Now, if you don't get accepted right away, don't sweat it, because I looked at probably close to 10 properties before I found the right one, and I made a few offers before I found one that actually stuck. So don't get discouraged if you got to keep looking, because this is a big commitment anyways, and you always want to go with the right investment. Don't want to rush things. Once your offer is accepted, you're going to want to go back with your lender and get your mortgage rolling. They'll be able to guide you through that. After you get your mortgage all set up, you're going to most likely need insurance, unless you're putting 20% down, which most people won't. And your lender's going to help guide you through the next step, which is to schedule an inspection. Now, all these costs are going to be included in your closing costs, which are typically 3 to 6%. I know for my house was a $325,000 house, and I needed about $15,000 total, and including a down payment and a closing cost. So your numbers might be a little different. You can figure them all out beforehand, but that's just me personally. After that, you're going to be needing to get an appraisal. An appraisal is a crucial step. Your mortgage won't go through until you get one. So you're going to get your appraisal, and after it comes back, you may want to try and negotiate any credits or repairs that you might want done. So for instance, if you find anything wrong with the property, you can try and talk the seller down a few thousand. I know I wanted the finished basement, so I talked my seller into finishing the basement for me. So just anything like that you want to negotiate before you close, now is the time. And the last and final step is closing. And once you get here, it's a good relief. Because I know in my situation, it took a real long time. It took almost 6 months to go all the way through with the offer. Now that may sound like a lot, because it is. I was going through it during the COVID times, and one of the tenant next door didn't want anyone to come in for the appraisal, which held up the deal for several months. And I actually ended up just going with a property like 2 houses down that's pretty much identical, and it worked out great for me. Now, not everyone's going to have that luxury, and your deal might fall apart, but that's what you might have to deal with when trying to get your dream house. Now, alright guys, I hope that was quick enough and I explained it all well enough. If you enjoyed the video, be my first subscriber, leave me a like, leave me a comment. I'm out of here.